said, he's like, you have to.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please enter your host PIN. When finished, press the pound key. I'm sorry, but I did not hear you press at least 4 digits of your PIN number. Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye. Blog Talk Radio. Please enter your host PIN. When finished, press the pound key.
To start your show now, press 1. To hear important...
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nobody take no cornbread from me.
Now that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous, Johnson. All right. Man, God, it's too much to go through every damn time, man. All right, let's go. all right. Get out of my way, Johnson. There we go. All right. And, man. And, all right. Jesus, Mugabe. Woo. All right, people, how you doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black Show. I'm your host for the Tim Black Show. Who were you expecting? Tim White? Nah, you weren't expecting Tim White. You expected Tim Black. Welcome to the show, guys. What's up, Facebook? What's up, Twitter? What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing, Johnsons? Checking it out, checking it out. Let's make sure people can hear us on these platforms. We got phone lines tonight. 319-527-6212 is the number you dial into to speak truth to power. Let me make sure I have that part over here. Yeah, let's move that over here. There we go, Johnsons. Okay. And we okay? Let me log in. Hold on, guys. I'm going to go to YouTube first, but let me get this. Let me make sure I can see the YouTube comments. Sorry for the late arrival, guys. A little bit of techie stuff. I had to get some things done, but we are good to go. We are live. I see everybody. We got people doing what they do. No, this is not made for kids. This ain't made for kids. It's made for adults. Though sometimes we act childlike, don't we? Do we ever really grow up? This politics is growing people's business, though, isn't it? What's up, people? How you doing? Diana M16, Bozonstein, La La Cha Cha. Give it up for my Wolfpack members, LB Things and more. They keep the show going and going and growing and growing and so on and so on. Eureka Springs is in the house. Brian Cosby's in the house. Cody's in the house. Oliver Quinn is in the house. Oliver Quinn says the House just approved a resolution to ask Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment. I don't think Pence is going to do it, but okay, they passed the resolution to ask him to do it. Okay. Murray Warren, what's up, Murray Warren? What's up, Guerra? Yeah. I got a lot of Wolfpack members in here, man. Wolfpack members will keep the show rolling, man. Thank you so much for being a Patreon. And thank you so much for contributing on YouTube or on Facebook or on, Patreon. Thank you, guys. Not only do I thank you, but the community thanks you. This is a joint effort. Anything independently done is a joint effort. So you're not just helping Tim Black do the show, you're also creating an avenue for other people to access the show, right? You're making that available for everybody. So I'm going to give it up for you one more time. Good up for everybody, y'all. Come on now. Thank you for being bigger, for thinking about things bigger than yourself and considering the importance it is for us to reach others. I'm a 6-year-old. Alex, what up, Alec? Alec McCohat. What is up, my friend? Tony DeMio, thank you so much. Eureka Springs, Brian Crosby, Lisa Glenn, Wyatt Byers, Allison, McCraig, what's up? Mixtape Wheezy, yo. Roger Meadows in the house, David Melford in the house, Coyote Creek in the house. Pence says Trump is fit for office. Lisa Friedman in the house, and we are moving. Look, guys. Brenda Masters, hola, sister. Hola, my sister. And Taylor Smith, not Swift, Smith, Alec. I got you. Hey, yo, check this out. I'm sorry, Facebook. Let's bring Facebook into the mix, guys. Facebook, I got number love for you. My bad. Dave, this is not for the triggered. Give it up for Dave, knowing what time it is. Anybody who gets triggered, well, you know what it is. Cut down that trigger and stuff. Stop getting triggered. Doreen, what's up? Adam, what's up? What's up, Johnsons? Marcy Armstrong. Evan Miller. Bibby Bowman. Bibby. How you doing, Bibby? Levette Clyburn. Laura. Andre Wright. Tammy Strop. Adam Berger. Portland Dorian. Oh, man, we're looking good, guys. We're looking good. We're hot. Heather, what's up, Heather? Lynn Murray. Yeah, I got Lynn Murray. You know that's on my agenda tonight. We're going to talk about Cori Bush. Michelle Pistiana. There we go. Yeah, Levette Katrina. Yes, Curtis Junkie. Yes. And, okay, there we go. We got Allison Morgan, Dolores Pierce, Tammy Stop, Sandra Thornton. Everyone is distracted with Trump while we say have no COVID relief. Wrong priorities when he has less than 2 weeks left. Loving it, Johnson. Caesars, Whittier, Kyle. I don't know who that is, but okay, Johnson. And Sophie, Emmy Mascorno. What's up, Tim, for the Rio Grande Valley, Texas? South Texas, give it up for that. There it is, Johnson. Woo! Brian Volk II says, after watching 24 Hours on Hulu, it seems that Trump is trying to create a civil war. Eric Hicks, George Scheller. Watching from Alamo, Texas, we got Ernio Mascoro. Hope I'm rolling the R's correctly. I don't know. Dennis Irish. Evan. All right, guys. Hello from Kentucky. We got Stephanie Rankin. All right, guys, we are ready to roll. Yes, we need more moderators in Facebook to block trolls, particularly ones that are calling me coon. Get them out of here, you loser. Get out of here, loser. Go watch MSNBC or Roly Poly. That's your speed. That's the crickets for all of them. Go watch Roland Martin. because he went to a HBCU, so he's more black than me. Man, these people are delusional, Johnson. This is why we can't have anything nice. Because they're here, Johnson. We can't have anything nice. We got ignoramuses. All right, guys, so now, on Tuesdays and Fridays, I do what many other shows won't do. There are some that do it. I want to give props to them who are doing it. Some people do this, right? Okay, so we're obviously not talking about those who do what I do, okay, which is open phone lines and allow people to have a conversation. Allow the world to speak. This is a social media. Look, this is the new age, baby. This is not about one-way communication. It's about a conversation that we start with the world. The people that criticize Sim Black, they don't give a damn about that. They're too delusional. They don't get it. We talk back on this show. So this is what it's for, 319-527-6212. I challenge the morons. I challenge them to call up to the show and make your case. Make your case, Johnson. Speak your truth to power. Call up and tell the world why I'm a coon. Do that, Johnson. Explain yourself. Don't just type like a coward in my comment section. Be a man or woman if you still know how. If you have any courage at all, if you have any spine at all, you'll speak truth to power. You'll put your words, not your type. You're probably a 13-year-old kid living in your mama's basement. I rebuke you, Satan. I rebuke you. Shum-lama-lama-lama-lama-lama-lama. Shum-lama-lama-lama-lama-lama-lama. All right. Now, guys, now that we got rid of the morons, let's go back here. There we go. I can see what's going on. Okay, guys. Now, before phone lines open, I do what's called a monologue. I just bring you the news. I got a couple of news stories I'd like to share with you. You may have missed some, or, you may have had things to do. Maybe you've been busy. A little too busy to deal with the likes of internet trolls. Who knows? Maybe you're taking care of your kids. Maybe you're taking care of your parents. Maybe you're doing whatever you have to do to stay safe in this COVID-19 era that we live in. And yes, I said an era, because it does not look like it's ending anytime soon. Can you believe we've been under this situation almost a year now? It's unfathomable. I never would have predicted that the life in America would change so drastically, so soon, so quickly, and last so long, ladies and gentlemen. This is something else, guys. The upending of our entire way of life. To not be able to go to the market like you used to not be able to go to a movie, to not be able to take the kids to the park without fear, without an antiseptic in your wife's purse, or in your man purse, in your merce. That goes for the corny guy in the back. You never know, you know what I'm saying? So this is what it is, in your fanny pack. So this is where we are, folks, and I understand there's tensions. The tensions are high, and I understand you're going through a whole lot. I understand the walls are pushing in, and I get it. It's a lot of frustration. It's a lot of grief. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of trauma. Under a lot of stress to make the bills meet, and I understand all of that. And all I got to say is, stay your punk ass off my show. That's right. Get your punk ass off my show if you can't deal. This is not the place to come to try to stick a pole through the wheel sprockets of a true independent black leftist. I don't need a whole bunch of people with me to claim who I am. We are here together as the Wolfpack because we are understanding each other's point of view. We are all Johnsons. So, guys, I got a couple stories I think that are relevant, things that you may have missed as I said it earlier. I'd like to share them with you if you would kindly bring yourself to this first video. Now, what's been happening, folks, is definitely no secret. What we have is the Democratic Party, pursuant to the issues that occurred last week, Wednesday, when a group of marauders, a large group of Trump supporters, egged on by a president who wanted to feel good about himself, ingratiate himself with his humongous ego, told people to go to the Capitol and fight. They had to stand strong, and it takes action. And they went to the Capitol, and they broke into the Capitol. And now the Democrats are calling for impeachment. Impeachment. And it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. I believe it's going to happen tomorrow. I believe that's what's going to happen. Here goes the video about Mitch McConnell. Will Mitch McConnell go along with it? That's a question everyone's asking.
Phil, the president will be impeached tomorrow by the House of Representatives for the second time. And tonight, the New York Times is reporting that the Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, is actually pleased that the president of the United States will be impeached. Update our viewers.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It would be a stunning idea. Mitch McConnell, who was one of the president's sharpest defenders during the first impeachment back in 2019 and earlier in the early part of 2020, now, according to the New York Times, is open to the idea. Now, my colleague Manu Raju and I have confirmed a lot of the New York Times reporting. I want to add some context here into what's actually going on right now. Wolf, you will notice Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader, has been silent in the wake of the January 6th attacks as it pertains to what House Democrats have been moving towards, and that is impeaching the president. There is a reason for that. One, I'm told he is keeping his options open. He's not committed to voting to convict the president, but he does want to see the article of impeachment that Democrats put together. More than that, though, and I think this is more important in the broader context of what's happening inside the Republican Party, if you've paid close attention to what the Kentucky Republican has done over the course of the last several weeks, he has steadily made moves to move his conference away from President Trump. Just flash back to January 6th, before the attack on the Capitol, a blistering speech attacking not just President Trump, but also his own colleagues on the idea of objecting to electors in an election that everybody knows Joe Biden had won. Keep this in mind as well. Since Mitch McConnell publicly acknowledged that Joe Biden was the president-elect of the United States back on December 15th, he has not spoken to President Trump. In fact, during the kerfuffle, I guess if you will, over whether or not President Trump would sign the stimulus bill, McConnell was not able to get in touch with the president. The president wasn't willing to talk to McConnell. Since that time, I'm told McConnell has made clear he has no plans to talk to the president now or in the future. So
Okay, Johnson. Here we go. Now, here's the thing, guys. Mitch McConnell's not going to go along with it. I mean, I think Mitch McConnell was saving face. Mitch McConnell wants to help take the Republican Party back. This is what a lot of Trump supporters and people that are dining on the lap of Donald Trump with bated breath waiting for him to say something. Go ahead and breathe, dumbasses. Go ahead and breathe. Look at them just hanging on Trump's every word. Morons. They can't wipe their own asses without Trump's permission. They don't know what to think without a QAnon website. They got to go to Reddit to have an opinion. They got to listen to Rush Limbaugh. They got to check out Sean Hannity or some other delusional Candace Owens-like creature who was formerly a Democrat who just grifted your dumb asses out of all your money, pilfered you. Here's the thing, guys. Mitch McConnell is in his last term. But he understands that the Republican Party is bigger than Donald Trump. And they want to outlast Donald Trump. And you'll be damned. Mitch McConnell's like, I'll be damned if I allow this orange, Frito, corn chip, crunchy puff, or crunchy, to take us all down, Johnson. So Mitch McConnell is trying to break it. Haven't you noticed he's made a break from Donald Trump? Why did he do that? It's not because it's Democrats. Some Republicans blame Democrats for everything. Okay? Independent media here, we don't blame the Democrats for what the Republicans do. And we don't let the Democrats get away with not doing because of some crap they blame on Republicans. Let me say that real slow again for the people in the cheap seats. We do not allow, as independent media, as free thinkers, as the true media, we do not allow Republicans to hide behind, oh, the Democrats made him do it, or he's been drop squatted by Democrats, and we will not allow Democrats to hide behind, oh, the Republicans won't let us do nothing. We won't let them hide behind that either. Understandable that people are upset with Mitch McConnell, but they're Trump loyalists. They're supposed to be upset. But at the end of the day, the Republican Party is forever, at least in the eyes of Republicans, And they would not let Donald Trump. Donald Trump's been bad for business for a while. He has outlived his usefulness. Don't you understand that? He's at the end of his term. He's a ghost. You're looking at a ghost. And you expect Mitch McConnell and other senators and House representatives to go down with the ship for a guy who lost, who's on his way out the door, who may be tried? I doubt it. May be convicted? I really doubt it. Okay. But that's what Mitch McConnell's doing. He's doing a thing called, Mitch McConnell's doing something that is readily done in politics all the time. It's 2 words. It starts with an S. First word S starts with an S. Second word starts with a P. It's called self-preservation. You may have heard of it. It's what some of you dumb Republicans should be doing. Instead of kissing Trump's ass, you should have been asking about, where's your stimulus money? Why come I can't take care of my mom and dad? Why don't I have health coverage? What's up with these damn drug laws where people getting locked up for 20 years over a little bit of weed? Why we keep spending all this money on war? What's up with all the tax breaks for the richest people? What's up with corporations getting all the money while we get screwed? These are questions you should be asking instead of asking, why does Mitch McConnell go against Trump? But that would take thinking on your own. And look, it's not just you. Democrats do it too. They let people like Nancy Pelosi think for them. They let Chuck Schumer think for them. The liberals do the same thing. They let Clyburn think for them. Okay? We got to break out of that. So, Mitch McConnell, once again, I think Mitch McConnell has gone far enough. He's shown that Donald Trump, that there will be life after Donald Trump, and that's where his focus is. I think it's a smart play to distance myself or distance thyself from Donald Trump, because Donald Trump, once again, is gone. He's getting fired. He's done. He's fired. He just hasn't picked up his shit yet. He's out of there. And you can cry like Tommy Lauren all you want. Mitch McConnell's on his way out too. But he himself, he is believing on his own sin. Burnt hand and all. Now, that's not the only thing we got tonight. We got some more for you. Now, the name Michael Pence has been invoked a lot. More people are talking about Michael Pence in the last month than I heard them talk about Michael Pence in the last 4 years. Suddenly, this guy, Mr. No Personality at All, if the color beige was a person, he has become front and center. I didn't even know that. I know the guy could talk, frankly. So they're saying the Democrats wanted the Democrats want Mike Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment. Here's a little bit more about that possible invocation. Check it out.
Appearance since his supporters attacked the Capitol building last week, President Trump barely addressed these horrific images. The seat of democracy desecrated, officers screaming for their lives. He showed no remorse either.
So if you read my speech, and many people have done it, and I've seen it both in the papers and in the media, on television, it's been analyzed, and people thought that what I said was totally appropriate.
What Trump did today, blaming others for what he caused, is a pathological technique used by the worst of dictators.
But today, ABC News has learned Republican leader Kevin McCarthy told House Republicans that the president admitted to him that he might be, quote, a little bit responsible after he told his supporters to go to the Capitol.
We're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you, because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
Today, Democrats are trying to pass a resolution calling on Vice President Pence to evoke the 25th Amendment to remove Trump by declaring him mentally unfit.
This is not just a crisis and an emergency. It is a continuing crisis and emergency. It is not over yet. Can we say that we feel safe being in the hands of this president with the horror and the threats returning to the nation's capital?
House members spoke about the terror they experienced as Trump supporters marauded through the Capitol. Representative Norma Torres of California said she was trapped in the House gallery listening to gunfire. As she saw smoke from the tear gas rising, her son called her.
The call lasted 27 seconds. All I could say, sweetheart, I'm okay. I'm running for my life. And I hung up.
She pleaded for the vice president to help remove the president.
You know, if I was a Republican, I'd be pissed off. I'd be mad as hell at those Trump supporters that went down to that U.S. Capitol and gave the Democrats this gift. This is a gift, Johnson. You know how they like, how can I say this? Let's try this, guys. Because I want to make sure I hit this. Because this is going to be a video later. If I were a Republican, I'd be pissed off with the Trump supporters who went down to the Capitol and gave the Democrats this gift. Yeah, contrary to what you may have seen on the news and what you may be hearing on Fox, if that's considered news, most of Americans are not very happy with what took place. Some Americans are very much, if they're not opposed to Donald Trump before, if they weren't opposed to him before, they're opposed to him now. This is not played well and everywhere, okay? I'm willing to barter with you or bet with you, make a wager, that besides the very small percentage of deranged lunatic Trump fanatics, that most Republicans, most conservatives do not agree with what took place. And even if they do not like, it does not require them to like Nancy Pelosi or the Democrats to favor Chuck Schumer. Lord knows I don't. But to see this as a strategical error, a blunder, a ginormous blunder, is what it is. It's a horrific. The optics are terrible, Johnson. The party of law and order just became the most disorderly, lawless group. Now they have to pull for strings and point to things that happened in Seattle or Portland. No one in Seattle or Portland, none of them are elected officials. These are just random citizens. None of them were convened by the President of the United States to do anything. Donald Trump, in his own words, told them to go down to the Capitol. The end. You can make it about other things. You can say this was these people on their own volition. But here goes the rub, and this is what must be considered above all else. If you are having a rally, and the people in that rally, after the rally, do some things, and you are anywhere within the vicinity, why not come out and stop them? Afraid, maybe. Maybe they were too riled up. Maybe they would have turned on Caesar. It's a very simple question. If Trump's hands are bloodless, if he's done nothing wrong, he had nothing to do with it, and instead of being happy that his people went down to the Capitol and raised hell, which is what the reports are saying, instead he was appalled and disappointed and taken aback and mortified. If this was the actual reality, why would now, here's the thing, guys. If Tim Black holds an event, and I've done many events, I've done shows, I've done events. If something I said incited people to do something, and I'm still around anywhere nearby, I would feel incumbent upon me. It would be my responsibility to do what I could to stop them. Trump did not stop them. He went into a private area and they danced and played music, watching it on TV. They sang songs. So, Mike Pence, I don't expect much out of Mike Pence. Once again, as I said before in other videos, Mike Pence is doing an SP, self-preservation. He's distancing himself from Donald Trump. Will he step up? No, he will not step up any further. All he wants to do is show that when the tail of the tape is done, that he is not counted amongst Donald Trump, that he shows that he broke from Donald Trump. He wants a career. He still has money to make. He still has a life to live. He still has a family to provide for. What? He's supposed to go down with the ship because Trump don't know how to sail? Out the door gracefully? All right, here goes part 2 of that clip because there's more to say about Pence and his non-committal to the 25th Amendment.
Trump and Pence met in the White House yesterday for 90 minutes, and today, Trump sounded confident.
The 25th Amendment is of zero risk to me.
And tonight, the vice president informed Congress he would not invoke the 25th Amendment, writing, quote, "I do not believe that such a course of action is in the best interest of our nation or consistent with the Constitution." Democrats now plan to move forward tomorrow to impeach Trump, making him the first president in American history to be impeached twice. Today, the president ominously warned that would anger his supporters and would be, quote, "very dangerous for the USA, especially at this very tender time." But Republican leaders in the House and Senate who have stood by Trump for 4 years are not trying to whip votes against impeachment and pressure lawmakers to support the president. House members are being told to vote their conscience. And tonight, the number 3 Republican in the House declared she is voting to impeach. Congresswoman Liz Cheney declared the President of the United States summoned this mob, assembled this mob, and lit the flame of this attack. Everything that followed was his doing. The President could have immediately and forcefully intervened to stop the violence. He did not. Cheney added, "There has never been a greater betrayal by a President of the United States of his office and his oath to the Constitution." A source familiar with Kevin McCarthy's phone call with Trump Monday tells ABC News McCarthy told him it was time to call Joe Biden, adding, quote, "The election is over and you lost."
Lord, there it is. There it is, guys. There it is. First thing I want to do, before we continue on this, I want to thank everybody who shared it on Facebook. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for sharing the show. Thank you for letting people know you're watching the show. I appreciate that. I want to thank Prophetess on Facebook as well as Roger Meadows on YouTube for donating to the stream. You're the best. I appreciate you. Prophetess. Hope I'm saying that right. Mike Pence doesn't want to go down with the ship with Trump, but he also doesn't want to lay himself on the gurney and allow Trump supporters to go at him. So, once again, it's self-preservation for Mike Pence. He doesn't want to be the guy that puts Donald Trump down. He doesn't want us to deliver the final blow. There's too much scrutiny in it. Too much scrutiny in it. What are his true thoughts? One will never know. I guess we'll have to wait for him to write his, I don't know, what's the word for it? His biography or his memoralis? What the hell is that? No, before he writes a book, a tell-all book, does a tabloid or something. Then we'll find out what he really thinks. But for right now, it's just about saving face and also saving the Republican Party from Donald Trump's nonsense. Donald Trump is a self-congratulatory, arrogant, self-centered, polarizing individual. And those are his good qualities. And what he's done is he's left the Republican Party vulnerable and in shambles. Look, guys, the Democrat Party has been beating themselves. It hasn't been Donald Trump. A lot of people give Donald Trump credit. But at the end of the day, they have an inept Democratic Party that can't get out of its own way. Case in point, the Democrats who ran under Medicare for all won their seats. The ones that stuck to status quo politics, those are the ones who lost their seats. You're not offering anything new, anything exciting, anything that over-the-top benefits the people. Well, the people rolled the dice on Trump. It's that simple. So Pence is a no vote on the 25th Amendment. And actually, when you analyze it, in the eyes of some Republicans and some of them, they're going to say, okay, there's room for Trump. There's room for Pence not to go along with this because is Trump really mentally deficient? Being a jackass is not a mental deficiency. It's not a mental disability. It's not a physical disability. It's a disability of ethics. Donald Trump lacks leadership ability. Sure, he's had money. People with money get people to do things. People with money have power. Oh, they can have power. They can wield their power using their money. And that's all Trump has ever done. But is he a leader? Trump has never displayed leadership ability. So basically, the Republican Party has been leadershipless. People have been operating under a cloud of fear of pissing off Donald Trump. But he has not been a leader. Donald Trump ain't exactly been Customato. He ain't exactly been Al Pacino in Any Given Sunday. He's been more like Al Bazero or Al Jazeera without the positive politics, okay? I don't even know where that came from, Johnson. The point is this: Donald Trump has been a menace to the Republican Party, and they want to cleanse themselves of it. And if they want to preserve the Republican Party, they need to get far away from him. The same thing holds true of the Democrats. They had to get away from Hillary Clinton. They had to get away from Hillary Clinton. And at the end of the day, the Dems don't need Pence to get this done. They will be able to impeach Trump without Pence. They have the votes in the House. They have the votes in the House. They will not have them in the Senate. Somebody make Joe Manchin become a Republican tomorrow. Please, just do it. He is what he is, Johnson. Let it be so. So there we go. There we have it. Mike Pence, just like Mitch McConnell, will only go so far. Once they feel like they've done enough to retain their positions, they leave it be. Don't expect these zeros to become heroes. They are not hero-like people. It is a wrap. Now, just before we go to phone calls, I'd like to talk a little bit about what's going on during the aftermath now of what we call an insurrection or insurgents or an intrusion, an invasion of Trumpites and Trumpanzees. You know, no one likes to, here's the thing, guys. When we make these comments about Republicans or the Trump supporters, we want to make it very clear, guys. I mean every word of it. You don't get to break into the U.S. Capitol, spread feces on the walls, steal lecterns, beat up cops, call black customs officers or black Capitol officers nigger, and spray them with bear mace, beat them about the head with flags, the same flag that you said because Colin Kaepernick took a knee using his First Amendment rights, you use it to beat cops in the head with it because you wanted to come in and get Nancy Pelosi a piece of your mind. You don't get to do all of that, and then after it's all over, be surprised the cops want to talk to you. If you ever wanted a clearer indication that we have a lot of white privilege going on, there you go. I don't ever want to hear another white person say, what's white privilege? I don't get it. I wasn't born with a silver spoon. I had to have a job. I didn't get people feeding me grapes and chauffeuring me around when I was a kid. No, you're looking at it. You're seeing it right here in the U.S. Capitol. You saw it. You saw what happened in Standing Rock. My brothers and sisters at Standing Rock couldn't even stand at Standing Rock without getting water hosed and maced and beat with batons and locked up. Some are still locked up. Brothers and sisters who were standing their ground in Ferguson after the trauma of the death of Michael Brown, who protested that exercising their First Amendment rights, some of them are still in jail for as simple shit as throwing rocks or busting a window. And you are crying at airports because the cops want to talk to you? There are reports that they bought flashbangs. See, this has not been extensively covered. Not sufficiently covered. It hasn't been sufficiently covered. But I want to take a second here. Let's take a second. Can I get to this? damn it. You are very fortunate. Let's go on memory here. Some of the officers at the U.S. Capitol report that there were flashbang grenades, timed explosions, set off by these Trump supporters, these invaders, these insurgents. That some of them came armed with metal pipes, that a lot of cops took beatings. Many of the black officers never been called nigger so many times they can't even count. The morale in the U.S. Capitol office is so low based on what took place. They could not believe the law and order president that this part, that maybe they're looking at it like these are supposed to be the people that support cops. And what do? They come into the U.S. Capitol and abuse us and beat us. We know the Pentagon is the one that withheld the troops, guys, but I want to make it clear. They have not extensively covered how heinous these people behaved. An officer committed suicide the next day. One of the officers that was there doing his job, the next day he took his life. Do we really have to say any more about how demoralized the U.S. Customs Police? U.S. Customs, I keep saying Customs. Why the U.S. Capitol Police? And I'm not here to cape for cops. I call cops out on it. But the point is, these guys are not, these Trump supporters are crying to even have to atone, have to answer for what they've done. They believe they should not have to answer. So, all this took place in a place that's guarded by police. Metal detectors, guys. Let's go to metal detectors. This is interesting to me because, okay, so some precautions have been taken due to the invasion. And this is why I say this is nothing but a big win for the Democrats at the end of the day. They broke in, Johnson. You broke into the Capitol. We are a laughing stock around the globe. I watched a little bit of international TV. I was talking to a friend, Sabrina Jacobs. There are world leaders across the world looking at America going, so much for your enlightened democracy. You did this. And it wasn't to get a stimulus check. It wasn't to get us health care. It wasn't to clean up the water, clean up the environment. It wasn't to take money out of politics. It wasn't to take care of the veterans. It wasn't to end poverty. It wasn't to end mass incarceration. It wasn't to end wars overseas. It wasn't to bring all the troops home. You did it for no reason. You have no clear reason. No ask, nothing. If you'd took 10 of the invaders and took them separately and said, why are you doing this? They'd have gave you some empty-ass platitude reason like, it's a revolution. So the vote, you can't steal the vote. And we have to stand up. Nothing concrete was asked for. So now we have the Democrats getting leverage out of it and some rules being changed at the Capitol. Are we really surprised that now they put metal detectors up in the Capitol? Metal detectors because some Republicans like to bring their guns with them to the Capitol. And now they have metal detectors because now they have to step up what? They have to step up security. And there are Republicans that are opposed to stepping up security in the same way they were opposed to wearing masks in the Capitol. Rashida Tlaib posted this on Twitter. She says, just had to go through a metal detector before entering the House floor. Some colleagues are frustrated. Guess which ones? Frustrated by this requirement. Now they know how high school students in my district feel. Suck it up, buttercups. Y'all brought this on yourselves. It takes a large amount of audacity. And look, guys, if I go to a club and it gets shot up and there's some extreme amount of violence that takes place, the next week I go, if it's still a club available, still a club there, because they shut them down for those reasons. But if there's a club and they have a little bit more security, I understand. It wasn't like the metal detectors were only for Republicans. You get where I'm coming from? What level of entitlement these assholes have? You would have thought it was a Republicans only dining room, Republicans only entrance, and a Democrats only entrance. These soft-ass Republican conservatives could never survive being black in America for 2 minutes. You couldn't cut it. That's why you had to go and steal us from our land, bring us and enslave us. You can't cut it. You can't even cut going into your place of business through a metal detector. You're not being singled out. You can't even deal with that. You're blubbering in your Constitution. Little Constitution book they got tucked in the back pocket. They're blowing snot bubbles in it. Listen, I love Cori Bush. I love the way Cori Bush put this. This is very succinct and to the point. Check it out.
There was a strange thing that happened on the floor tonight. I know you weren't there, but we've been getting reports. I think due to security concerns, which frankly are a little unnerving, which I think are some Democratic colleagues a little concerned about their Republican colleagues, there were magnometers, metal detectors placed for members to pass through on entrance into the House chamber itself, so that members who are carrying, Lauren Boebert, freshman member who's very vocal about the fact she wants to carry, there was then a standoff and a bunch rushed around or rushed through, or one knocked over apparently a Capitol Police officer or bumped into a Capitol Police officer, I should be precise with my language, and have basically just evaded it and said, this doesn't apply to us. And I know you're not there. That's what we know so far. I mean, more facts, but just your reaction to that. Many of the people are the kinds of people I think that voted, to overturn the election as well.
So when I went in, I didn't see that take place. There was a line of people that were waiting to go through the metal detectors. So in the place where I was, people were just waiting in line and we went through without incident. But for those that did that, first of all, we're talking about your job. Let's just look at it from the most basic level. If you work at McDonald's, you have to wear the uniform or you're not working today. If you are, wherever you are, when you're told this is what you have to do, this is what you have to do, or you're not working. And I don't know, maybe it's because I don't know, have they ever had a job before? Also, how do you get on a plane? You have to go, so to say that this is against your rights, do you rush through and not go through the metal detectors when you're trying to get on a plane? Like, that's a bunch of bull crap. Again, that is them trying to push the limits as far as they can. We have Congress members who have said that they want to carry their guns on the floor, on the House floor. We have Congress members who bring their guns to our office buildings. This is where we should feel safe, but you're bringing your guns to the office building. I don't feel safe around that. Many people don't feel safe with that. And you know what? If they won't abide by the simple things that this job calls for, then go find another one.
Wow. There's always work at the post office, Mitch. I can't believe there are people who say I used to like Cori Bush. She's been on the job a week. The toxic level, the toxic level and the smearing. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Cori Bush, for speaking truth to power. I appreciate you for doing that. I admire it. I respect it. And she's absolutely correct. Once again, we're talking about entitlement. We're talking about entitlement and softness, and they have the nerve to call, I guess they were talking to liberals. But these people called other people snowflakes. That's why I like the term that Rashida Tlaib used. Buttercups, Hot Pockets, marshmallows. I made a couple of those up myself. The point is, yes, if you can't abide by the rules of the job, this is a rule of the job. It's not singling you out. It's not making you a pariah. You're not being discriminated against. And you still can't obey. They actually pushed cops over, knocked over security because they weren't going to go through a metal detector. A bunch of fucking Karens. So that's what we're dealing with, guys. What I'll do is I'll update you as we get going. We got phone calls to do. I want to get into that right now. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Everybody for commenting. We do read the comments. We're still looking for moderators on the Facebook channel, on the Facebook page. Please DM me or email me at clientcare@timblacktv.com, clientcare@timblacktv.com, or DM me on Facebook. It's just easier to make you an admin or make you a moderator that way. Make you a moderator, because we need more help. I want to thank all my moderators who take time out of their lives, time away from it, just chatting on the show to help keep things remotely decent. Thank you. I appreciate you and I respect the hell out of you. All right, guys. Now we're going to go to break real quick. We're going to come back. I got the phone lines. Make sure the phone lines are good. We're going to go to phone calls. We're doing it here. Nothing but energy, baby. Give it up. We'll be right back with you on the next segment.
Stream TV with over 2,000 Cool Streams TV, the best streaming service in the world. With over 2,000 channels. Watch it anywhere on your device. Premium channels, network channels, pay-per-view sports. Direct access to 24/7 customer service. Go to CoolStreamsTV.com and purchase your subscription. Cool Streams TV. We are the best in the business.
All right, guys, I'll just tell you, go to CoolStreamsTV.com, CoolStreamsTV.com, where you can get access to all the favorite channels without having the cord. Want to cut the cord? Cool. Go to CoolStreamsTV.com. Starting at only $25 a month, you can get all your favorite channels streamed on your device, your tablet, your TV, wherever you can plug in a Fire device. Do that today. Use the code TimBlack and get a discount. Get money off, guys. It's that simple.
Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't be fooled by corporate media talking heads misleading the people. Get your news and information from an entity that keeps it real. Tim Black. Tim Black is the host of The Tim Black Show. Independent news that leaves you informed, inspired, and sometimes entertained, but always in the know. Go to TimBlackTV.com and sign up today. The Tim Black Show is news for people who can't stand the news. See you there.
All right, folks, we're back. That was a quick break, if I can tell you. This is where I ask you, if you're new to the show, if it's your first time watching, or if you've watched several times, now would be a good time to join the Wolfpack. Yeah, be a good time to join the show. Starting only $5 a month. Buy me a cup of coffee once a month to contribute to this show. We're independent media done right. We do our best to bring the news in a different way. Our goal is to expand and grow more of a community-based type of audience. That's what we've been doing with the Tim Black Wolfpack, and we will continue to do that, and we'd like you to join us. So if you find this content interesting, if you think this is refreshing, this is new, this is different, it sounds like I may not agree with everything that this guy says, but I believe he means what he says, which is a lot more than you're going to get with Rachel Maddow or Don Lemon or any of them. So become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack. Go to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live, or do it here on Facebook or YouTube. Now, phone lines, guys. Phone lines. And if you do that, well, somehow mysteriously, without funding from the DNC or the GOP, we stay doing what we do. All right. Wow. All right, guys. So, we got phone lines open. I like to take calls in the order that they come. Have your comments ready. This is your turn to talk. Let's get your comments on what you thought, because so much has happened, guys. I'm sitting here, I'm like, wow, I know there's going to be a lot of people with a lot to say. How could there not be? This is our first call-in show. Well, we did Friday. Well, the impeachment's going on, so we got some new stuff. Okay. My first call is a 310 number. 310, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, it's Smart Sister. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Smart Sister? What's on your mind, sister?
Oh, honey, all this stuff is it's just political theater. That's all. People gotta see. I mean, come on now. Stevie Wonder can see that all this was like a setup, like an inside job, like a whatever. And I think I heard they fired one of the black security guys got fired. And I'm like, y'all still staying true to your usual selves. Here we go. Ain't no way black folks or anybody else for that matter could have got away with all this stuff. That's how you know it's just a setup. They're just using these poor people that are dumb as hell that's playing the program that they want them to play. It's just all it is. Simple. Think about it. The Republicans can ease their way out now and come out smelling like a rose. And then, like you said, they handing stuff to the Democrats. So that just shows you the big plan. This was the best way they could do it. And what the hell you want to impeach this man and he got 8 days left? Like, for real? You wasn't this adamant before. I don't know. I'm just sick of all of it, really. Oh, my God. And then Kamala with the Vogue cover. I don't know if you said, did you see that story?
No.
You didn't? Where she was going to be on the cover of Vogue, and they got one picture of her with a pink and green background, and she got some Converses on. And then there's another picture that's more professional. And I think the editor went with the picture of her with the Converses on. So now it's a whole big brouhaha over that. I'm like, oh, my God. They just caught her in her regular pandering. So I was like, that's what you get. Taking a stupid picture like that in the first place. But anyway, don't get me started on Miss Harris. I'm still tired of her stealing from Martin Luther King. I'm done. So that's all I got tonight. Lord help us all. I can't wait to see what's going to come out of this stuff in the next couple of days. So like I said, it's all theater. They'll go ahead and impeach him, and then we'll have the big exodus of him getting kicked out of the White House, and then the Republicans are going to be like, oh, yay, so they can look okay. And then Biden can come in looking like he did something. It's just such a cartoon, all of it. But that's all I got for you.
All right, now, Smart Sister.
I got something I got to send you.
All right, sister. Well, thank you, Smart Sister. I appreciate you calling up. And, give it up for Smart Sister, y'all. When she says that she thinks, this is all a setup, these poor people, I don't consider them poor people. I don't think they're poor people that got, that didn't know what the hell they was doing. These people flew across the country to do what they, to take part in this. This was planned for months. It's not just, that they got corralled into doing something. But, if we look at it that way, doesn't the media do this to us all to a certain extent? You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mainstream media to a certain extent, if we agree with Smart Sister, doesn't the media to a certain extent play a lot of us against a lot of other shit? I mean, if it's not politics in this way, what about all the other, like they fan the flames, they piss people off, they show, the way that they report the news, whether it's on the Fox News or whether it's CNN. Isn't it all of it theater? I mean, isn't all of this theater? Everything. Not just this instance. Everything, guys. You know what I mean? From every dramatic, what about the Democrats at the, with the kente cloth taking a knee, but won't pass reformative bills to end mass incarceration? Won't fight to remove qualified immunity for police officers that overstep their bounds to abuse civilians and get away with it. So isn't all of it performative? I'm not saying that I disagree with her or not at all. I'm saying when we start looking at it, isn't all of it, every bit of it performance? Isn't every bit of it? I don't know. I like to leave that question out there for you guys. What about this shit is not performance? What about politics is real? I mean, we're real. Cori Bush is real. She was an activist a week ago, and people are already saying she's performative. She's a performance. I used to like her. A week ago, she was making $0 working as a nurse. I don't even think she was working as a nurse. Fighting COVID-19, living in Missouri. She probably still lives in Missouri, but she got to live. What I'm saying is, it took a week, and all of a sudden, she's part of the establishment. But the question I'm going to leave up for the floor, and anybody calling, you can do this as well. You can leave a question as well. You could say, hey, whatever you want to leave us with. And we can let the community decide and let callers decide if they want to address it. And my question is, can we make the same claim that pretty much everything else that we cover is performance? Wasn't it performance when Obama pretended to drink the water in Flint? Yes, that was a performance. Has Trump's entire presidency been anything other than a performance? The wall? I'm going to go next call because I can keep going. 347, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Sam, what's happening?
Hey, what's happening? Who's this?
Joe from Harlem.
Okay, what's on your mind, Joe?
It's all performative, Sam. Performative politics. They storming the Capitol building. It's all up in smoke right now. And I'm with the Wolf Pack right now. That's all, Tim. That's all. Much love and respect.
All right, famo. All right now. Guys, I've been talking my mouth off. You got to do some talking. Come on, Joe. Joe, you know you had something more to say than that. Joe probably like, you don't want to hear what I got to say, dog. You don't want to hear what I got to say, Tim. Long as you ain't one of these moles, these ops sent to bring down my channel by making certain comments. Yeah, that's the thing, guys. Yeah. 412. 412, man. 412, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment?
What's up, Tim?
What's up? Who's this?
I want to say much respect for the show, man. I'm Dave from Pennsylvania.
What's on your mind, Dave from PA?
Just want to say, man, I respect everything you got going on in the show, man. I've been listening to you for a while. And, you know, I'm just out here living, just trying to do my thing, trying to follow what's going on myself, and the information is very hard to keep up with. Honestly, I mean, I can't really figure out where I'm at in this world because I just want to live, and I'm watching what I'm seeing on TV, and I know you think it's crazy. I think it's crazy. I don't know what to say about it, but I just want to link up with you, man, because I watch your show, and I think everything you say, man. I don't agree with everything, but I think everything you say, you come from the heart, brother.
Well, brother, I appreciate it, Dave, man.
We're just trying to live here in America. We just trying to live here in America. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's where we're born at, baby. That's where our family raised us, man. This is where we're at. And I say, fight for it. You know what I'm saying? Fight for your country, your place in it. Fight for your rights. Fight for what you believe in. Stand up for yourself. You know, don't let nobody take your cornbread. That's like my saying. You know. So I appreciate you calling up, Dave. And look, man. Nah, man. You damn right you don't agree with everything I say. You know, because, you know, we're different people. We brought in, you know, I don't know. Were you raised in Washington, D.C., lived your life in Maryland? Both your dads did. Your birth dad and your stepdad both did, you know? I don't know. Were you on your own at 16? I don't know. Did you work government? Did you work in the corporate America and get into those great positions and then find out it was all BS? Were you raised a Jehovah's Witness with no Christmas? Did you shop at thrift stores your entire life growing up? I don't know. We have different experiences. We're going to have different outlooks. I can't understand why people, like, I don't want to throw you away and I don't want to, you know, cancel you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you are toxic. But we're so different. I mean, how many people relate to my background? Maybe one or two fully relate to it. Maybe some relate to 50% of it or 60% or maybe 30% of it. You know? Did you grow up during the crack era? Most of your friends went to jail or some of them got killed. I don't know. Maybe you didn't. So where's this thing where we all have to agree? We don't have to agree, Dave. I love you anyway, bruh. As long as you want for me what you want for yourself. As long as you want for me what you want for yourself. That you don't think less of me or want less for me than you want for you and your son and your kids and your family. That's the true measurement of a friend. So what I'm saying is, with lives so different, brought up in backgrounds that are so different, obviously we're going to disagree on some stuff. And that's okay, man. But is our hearts in the right place? Are we here to build or are we here to destroy? Are we here to extract from the movement, take it and put it in our pockets and enrich ourselves? Or are we here to build up the movement? Are we here to help others? Are we here to fight for those who can't fight for themselves? Am I using my platform as a voice for the disenfranchised, for people that are struggling? Or am I using it just as a vehicle? Are you using your voice in your daily life? Are you doing things to help others? Or are you just in it for yourself? So these are all personal questions. But at the end of the day, man, I give everyone the benefit of the doubt that you're in it for the right reasons, that you're doing the right things. But do we agree on everything? No. And that's okay too, Johnson. All right. It's up as loud as it'll go. Yeah. Mrs. Black said the call volumes on everybody or just that one call? On that one call? Because that one, you know, everybody's phone number is different. Everybody's, everybody's phone is different. I got it up as hard as it'll go. Okay. Mrs. Black said that people are saying that the calls are low. I'm going to go next call with a 412. I appreciate you, though. I appreciate you, babe. Thank you. If she wants this to be a good show, give it up for Mrs. Black, guys. Give it up for Mrs. Black. She's magic. She magically cares about my ass. I tell you that, man. It's like magic. I don't know. Were you homeless? I was. Do you have medical coverage? I don't. So, like, we all have different stories. I just want to throw that in because I hear people saying all types of stuff. They have no reality. They're based in no fact. They just say whatever they want to say. They smear you as much as they can smear you. They just say stuff. I'm going to go to the next call. I got another 412 number in the house, guys. Yes, I do. Here we go. 412, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, Tim. Hey, it's Uli.
Uli in the house. What's up, Uli? My sister.
So, yeah, you know, it's funny you should just bring this up because the whole last week, it's such a learning experience for me. There are nuances to understanding a culture. And I've been living in this country for 30 years, but as some of you know, I wasn't born and raised here. And there are nuances in understanding, and that depends strongly on where you were born and raised and what you were born and raised into. And this whole Capitol attack experience is one of them. There are so many different nuances, cultural nuances to this event that even after 30 years, I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't look at it this way, or you know what I mean? So, and I'm not a dumb person. I've done a lot of reading, but still, you know, and that has to do with your life experience, how, you know, where you were born, how you were raised and all. It's funny that came up just now because I actually had that in my notes. But anyway, but other than that, Smart Sister took away, you know, the bulk of what I called in here for. You know me, the political theater is nauseating, and I'm always, see, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And I've had the regular television off, the regular CNN, Fox, and whatnot all. I don't even know what's on there anymore. I've turned that TV off shortly after September 2001. Yeah, 19 years ago. I haven't had that thing on. You know, I have a picture in front of the television leaning against it, like it's a joke between my granddaughter and I. Seriously, you know, so then once it's like a smell or like a bad taste in your mouth. Once you got it, you smell it everywhere. You know, the slightest whiff of it, you smell it, you recognize it. You know. Anyway, I don't want to get gross here, but so the events we've been witnessing for the last week have been disturbing in so many ways. And again, I'm with Smart Sister though. It is so unreal. I mean, it's like a TV series sort of episode, isn't it? It's like watching an episode of whatever, the zombies. I don't know. I don't watch, you know, but you get where I'm coming from. It's unreal. And at the same time, it's like you said earlier, that what's been done there is so heinous in so many ways. And I can't relate to those people, and I can't, you know, condone who they are and what they stand for, because their reasoning is bewildering, you know, because it lacks any kind of logical or intelligent basis. It's like, you know, there's nothing there. And Smart Sister said as much. That's why she said the poor people. I don't, you know, you can call them poor people because they're somewhat intellectually defective. I mean, you know, I mean, so there's that. But I do agree that they're being used. As we're witnessing this, and we all, you know, because it's unbelievable what we're seeing. So you get an emotional reaction, and of course, everybody sees like these people are treated way differently than a BLM protester, even though, you know, I got my own thoughts on BLM. You know, I question a lot who is there and does or says what, and the direction this all had taken right after Ferguson, because the original people who rightfully stood up, none of them are there anymore. But I don't want to get into it, you know, trying to keep it brief. But anyways, all I'm saying is let's not forget the direction that this is going with the next step. That boot is coming down on us. You see, the next protest might be something we can well stand behind, that is well based in our reality and with logic and intelligent thought. But a precedent is going to be set here of how dissent is going to be dealt with. And that's what we should not lose sight of in between the political theater. Because like you said, I mean, none of this makes any sense. You said it, Small Sister said it, the man is out, the people are delusional, the real, core following of him. But everything around it, whether you're talking Proud Boys or Antifa and all these names that have somehow taken on a meaning in our brains, that's all media made. That is all something that we are told to know and that we are told to react to by the media.
Right.
Anyways, it's that's it. Love you, Wolfpack. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Uli. I appreciate it. Uli in the house. I met Uli in person, man. I did a show. Lee Camp and I, we did a show. We went to a number of cities in the U.S., and met Uli, and we had a drink, and we talked about politics, man. It was real cool, man. And it's good to always hear from you, Uli. And I'm not saying that Uli's wrong. I agree with Uli. And I agree with Small Sister. I agree that this is, but I just want, I got to push back on one part. And I actually probably not push back, because if I had Uli and Smart Sister on the show while I'm saying this, they probably agree with part of it at least. And that is this. People keep saying the other shoe's going to drop. People keep saying, now that they've done this, look what they're going to do to us. With all due respect, they've been doing this to us since day one. They killed Fred Hampton. The FBI killed Fred Hampton in his bed. They shot MLK in the face. I'm just trying to understand, what is this thing that was about to happen that ain't already fucking happening to black people, that hasn't been happening to us all this time? People been saying the same thing about Trump. Oh, they banned him on Twitter. I've had friends who've been banned for the last 3 years. And now you're saying they're going to crack down now. They have demonetized me on Facebook. Most of my videos on YouTube have been demonetized. I'm trying to understand, what are you talking about? This has been going on. And I mean, all due respect, guys, like, much love to you, yo. But the only way that any of this changes if white people get treated like black people. Cory Bush is right. Rashida Tlaib is right. These senators and these Congress people, they're having a conniption fit because they got to walk through a metal detector. Our children have been walking through them their entire lives going to school. If white people got to get treated like black people, maybe we got a chance of changing this shit. Because they're super duper appalled. So please, guys, I want to understand, I want to respect what people are saying. This is going to mean they're going to really ramp up the police state. What the hell they been doing? What do you think they've been doing? Where do you think they've been? Mass incarceration. Where you been? It's already ramped up. We just been carrying the brunt of it. Man, now it's going to be spread out a little bit. But don't tell me, man, the boogeyman's coming for me when I've been living with the boogeyman my entire life. I'm not some young millennial just popped out my mama's house a couple of years ago, and I'm looking around at the world. I worked in the government contracting in the 90s, and there was no black people getting any respect in D.C. in the 90s. Not 1890, not 1944, not 1962, 1990-somethings. 2000, redlining. So we've been dealing with it all this time, guys, and all I'm saying is, I want people to start correcting themselves and saying, Now what's been happening to black people in America, it's going to start filtering out to the rest of America. And that's inevitable. And that's our best chance of changing this stuff. That's the best chance of a true rebellion, a true revolution, a true changing. What? You went somewhere and did some stuff, and now the cops want to talk to you? Okay. I've been brought in for questioning before because of something that happened in front of my building that they thought I saw. Next question. I'm going to next call, guys. 510. I appreciate you holding on. Let me find you. There you go. 510, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, Tim, it's Bruce from Oakland.
All right, Bruce, what's up?
Number one, what happened last week was sedition. Period. Number two, everybody's getting on Cori Bush about pushing the 14th Amendment, Section 3, to get rid of 111 Republican congressmen that stood with Trump. They're not used to this because it hasn't been done since Lincoln was elected. But the 14th Amendment, Section 3, calls for the expulsion of these people. And if anybody thinks I'm full of shit, read it. So we can wait for Medicare for all. We need 111 more seats in the fucking Congress. That's all I got to say.
Give it up for Bruce, y'all. Hey, you know what? I saw that blurb, man. I saw that blurb. And you're right. I did not run it down, Johnson. I did not run down. I saw that she was calling to remove these people, but you're right. Maybe that's what, I thought people were still upset about the vote. That's what I thought they were upset about. I thought they were upset about Cori Bush and not voting to get rid of Nancy Pelosi on her first day as a congressperson. That's what I thought they were upset about. So you just educated me, Bruce, because I didn't know that's what they're upset about. 908. You're live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Tim Black. It's Nate from New Jersey. How you doing?
What's up, Nate? What's happening, my brother?
Well, you know. So I got a lot on my mind, but again, I'll keep it quick. You know how I do. A lot on my mind, including the obvious white privilege being displayed last week in D.C. But I'll say this instead: slave owners got reparations, but black people never did. These people have been acting like victims forever, but Trump and all the people like him are the sorest winners I've ever seen. Sure, they lost this election, but they've literally won everything else in this country, including the last election. Oh, and also, America, this is what happens when you don't execute the Confederates for being the traitors that they were. But as Kimberly Jones said last year, they are lucky that what black people are looking for is equality and not revenge. Okay, second, I never want to hear the word bipartisanship again. Republicans gambled with our lives on someone they knew was a monster. They disliked him, but he brings them power. Republicans, especially those who helped him in any way during his presidency, should never be allowed to run anything in government again after this era. But the Democrats likely won't use the power they were just handed by these events. It's disgusting. Maybe they'll surprise me, but I won't hold my breath. Lastly, fuck Trump. He's a cult leader. And remember, Charles Manson never killed anyone either, but he just convinced his followers to do it for him. Okay? There's nothing I haven't said a million times about Trump. Okay? But I'm sick and tired of people, including progressive friends of mine, telling me that I'm overreacting when I accurately predict events like those that happened last week in the Capitol. So I'll focus on the seditionist, traitorous pieces of garbage who attacked the Capitol last week. I've got two words for them, and I hope the FBI is listening. Felony murder. I'm not a lawyer, but this is what I know. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, let me break it down real quick with an analogy. If my friends rob a bank and I'm the getaway driver sitting in the car, and during the event of robbing the bank, my co-conspirators kill a guard, the shooter will be charged with murder, but the rest of us, including me, the driver, who never walked in the bank, can be charged with felony murder because someone was murdered during the commission of another felony. Well, since the Capitol police officer was murdered during the commission of various felonies during the storming of the Capitol, I better hear the FBI say that all these criminals will be charged with felony murder in addition to their other crimes. Put them under the jail. And hopefully with those members of Congress who helped them as well. That's it. I got nothing else today.
Wow, 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 wow. Nate put his foot all up in that, man. That was serious, man. I tell you, man, that's why I love having a phone call-in show, man, when people get to voice their opinions. And Nate kind of got to something that I wanted to get to, which is, and he said it better, or more concise. I need to cut through it. Look, I don't want people giving these people a way out from what they did. Like, there's no excuses. When has there ever been an excuse for what I've done or what you've done in your life? You own up to what you've done, and there's responsibilities, there's consequences and repercussions for what we've done. I didn't see reluctant participants. It has brought us to this point. Will it be used like everything else, from coronavirus to global warming or anything to George Floyd? Like, everything gets used in politics to benefit one side or the other. That's politics 101. But don't minimize what they've done. Do not alleviate the gravity of the situation. That's all I'm saying. By saying, we've been doing this with Trump all along. Oh, these Trump people don't know what they're doing. Oh, Trump's a buffoon. Oh, he's too stupid to know what he's doing. Hey, a 3-year-old can burn down your house. You just gave me a perfectly good reason why he should be impeached, Johnson. If he's so childlike or unable to think clearly, maybe he shouldn't be president to begin with. But he is. So I'm just saying, people have been using this diminutive language all along with Donald Trump, making as if Donald Trump is not responsible for what Donald Trump does. He doesn't know what he's doing. Hey, you put the metal in the microwave. He put the wet screwdriver in the electrical socket. He flipped the switch. Come on. All right, I'm going to go next call, guys. Thank you for holding on. 504, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hello?
Hey, how you doing? Who's this?
What's up, Tim? This is Javon.
Hey, what's
New
up?
Orleans.
Yeah, man. What's up, man? What's on your mind tonight?
Man, I just been listening in. I was calling to say you got a great show going on. But I want to comment about like what happened in the Capitol.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was like some white privilege at its finest.
Yeah.
That was some real white privilege. But what I really liked about the photos that was coming out, it showed all the politicians looking like little suckers, looking all scared and shit. You know, because they don't want to exercise their Second Amendment right to carry and protect themselves. They want to rely on the police. But that's what I liked about that. But now they're gonna make all these laws to where people like us, we can't carry and try to restrict our rights to protect ourselves. You see? Because like you said, did you grow up in the crack era? I did, and I had a lot of friends went to jail for a long period of time and got killed. So we have a lot in common, just that we just in different spots of the country.
There it is.
You know.
Yeah.
But the part restricting our rights to protect ourselves, that's the problem I have with the Democrats. Because everything they pass is not going to stop no kind of crime. It's just going to put a burden on how to stay on the right side of the law. So that's all I have. Good show, man. Keep up the good work.
No doubt, man. Thank you, Javar, for calling in, man. Give it up for Javar, man. And I agree with you, man. Look. It's real easy. And like guys, I'm not a Democrat, man. I made my mind up. I'm an independent. And if I think a Democrat is going to be good for my state of Maryland, I'll vote for him. If I don't, I won't. I vote for someone from another party. I'll write in somebody. I don't know. But that's the way I operate. But let me tell you this, man. I agree with you about the right to bear arms. I support people's right to protect themselves. If you grew up some of the places I grew up, you'd understand why. Cops don't come to stop crime. Cops come to clean up the mess and file reports where I come from. Now, some people live in different places, and I get their whole outlook on life's totally different. And I get that too. And I respect the hell out of that. But that's why we have different states with different laws. As a public figure, I gotta protect myself. How many hate mail I get from just disagreeing with someone? Haven't done anything. So you stop talking to this person. I didn't know I had to, Johnson. I thought I was free. I thought I could talk or not talk for whoever I want to. Oh, boss, I thought I could talk to whoever I want to talk to. I didn't know I had to talk to them. I'm so sorry, boss. The hell is wrong with y'all? I mean, really, what the hell is wrong with people? So yeah, as a public person who deals with some crazy levels of judgment, I respect people's right to protect themselves. Now, if you own a gun, if you own a weapon, you're responsible for how you use that weapon. You know, you're responsible in how you protect yourself and to what degree you go to protect yourself. So there comes a level of responsibility that you're going to have to shoulder. And I don't want to hear it if you don't take the necessary steps. So I'm going to give it up for the call. Go to the next call. 931. You're live. What's your name? What's your comment, 931?
Hey, man, it's Brennan from St. Louis again. Tim,
yes.
I have a whole sheet of stuff I wrote the hell down because your show is so great and your listeners are so in tune. But I look at it like this. We have to bullshit walks, money talks, right? So look at all these people who's doing all this stuff and they walking around with Black Rifle coffee hats and shirts, which is a company ran by a veteran, okay? And whatever they bailed that white supremacist out of jail, Ricky Schroeder, that Silver Spoon punk ass dude, right? They was wearing Black Rifle coffee stuff. The guy who was committing the crimes, Black Rifle coffee stuff, you know, up there in D.C. But listen, man, this is something that white people got to deal with. We can sit here and argue about it and debate about it all we want, but we can't unscrew them. They have to deal with that because we're not the politicians, we're not the police, we're not the judges, we're not the governors. You know, that's all we are is athletes. We're entertainment. You know, tap dance. And whenever, again, bullshit walks, money talks. Whenever companies start pulling advertisements off of Fox News, OAN, and Newsmax, how they shut down Parler and they, got rid of Trump on Twitter, when it hits your pocket, maybe you show a little respect because they are just grifters. Like if you're playing a video game and someone wants to like run up on you and shoot you in Call of Duty for no reason or whatever, you're just grifters, man. That's all they are. But money talk, bullshit walks. Tim, I know I don't have a lot of time, but I want to say this: Georgia's 31% black, Alabama's 28% black, Alabama's 27% black, Mississippi's 38% black. If you remember the Vietnam War, the whole thing to get us into war was it's going to be the domino effect. The domino effect is happening right now. Black people are mobilized. And I ain't talking about a war. I'm just saying voting. And my wife's from Detroit, okay? From at one time the most prosperous city in America. They don't tolerate the BS up there in Detroit. That's why Detroit is it's the way it is. In the South, Georgia flipped that state because of black people, and you've seen they barely won because of bigotry and racism when two men chased a black man down just trying to exercise. Mississippi, Alabama got to step up to the plate. They got the goddamn numbers. We got to get that shit right in 2 fucking years. I'm sick and tired of this shit, man. It boils my bones. I got 2 Bronze Stars in combat. I smell human flesh on the battlefield. It hurts my soul, Tim, what our country's going through. But at the end of the day, this damn FBI and all these government people, they got to police themselves because we ain't running nothing at the end of the day, period. And Tim, thank God what you're doing. And Tim, I will donate to you as soon as I have to go wake my wife up to get my password to be able to donate to you because she runs all the money, bro. You know what I'm saying, brother? I love you. Take care. And your stuff is the bomb. I listen every time you're online, man. Take care, Bob.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Give it up for my caller, man. St. Louis in the house. Wife from Detroit. Wife from Detroit, man, dropping it, man. And the show is great. And you're talking about Rittenhouse. I'm going to look into that Black Rifle coffee, man. I didn't know anything about that, brother. You guys educate me to stuff that I don't know about, man. And I know somebody said, somebody had some dispersion comments about it, but that's what makes us strong, man, is having the ability to have open dialogue with other people because we don't know it all. You know what I'm saying? We don't know it all. It's okay not to know it all. Be willing to learn. Be willing to absorb. Listen. I'm not your enemy. I respect the hell out of it, man. Thank you for calling up. Strong calls. We got some more strong calls. I got a 614 number in the queue. Let me go to them. How you doing, 614? What's your name? What's your comment? Hey.
Hey, what's up, Tim?
What up? How you doing?
It's Martin again, Martin Hopkins.
Martin, what's on your mind, Martin?
So, all right, I got a couple of things I want to talk about. So, first thing, brother that called in about charging everybody that was at the Capitol with felony murder. Bro, I have been saying that since I saw it on TV, and then when I found out that the hero police officer that was a veteran got killed from a fire extinguisher from blunt damage, from blunt force to the head. I've been saying felony murder. Everybody that made it inside of the Capitol needs to be charged with felony murder that took part in that. So, yeah, I 100% agree with you. And everybody that's listening to the broadcast right now, talk to everybody that you know about felony murder and explain to them that if you were to go and rob somebody and then your homie shoot somebody or gets killed in the process, you are charged with felony murder, and everybody that was there present needs to be charged as well. That's one thing that I wanted to talk about. The other issue is, I really did, this part is just a PSA, public service announcement. I'm hearing CNN, MSNBC, PBS. I'm hearing all of them talk about how, if Black Lives Matter would have done this, then the response would have been different. And I hear a whole lot of black folks really excited that the media is acknowledging white supremacy all of a sudden. They're acknowledging white supremacy, so we have to be, no, we're happy about it. No, they knew about this shit forever. White supremacy has been acknowledging itself since antebellum, since slavery. They've been acknowledging white supremacy. I don't need you to acknowledge white supremacy. I need you to tell me what you're going to do about white supremacy. I don't want to hear any more of this talk, and I don't want to see anybody that's listening to this broadcast happy that they're acknowledging white supremacy. No, it's been acknowledged. We know that it exists. Should have been talking about this shit during the summertime. That's when it needed to be talked about, was during the summertime. But now you want to talk about it because it's convenient and it's on display for the rest of America. Don't hold these motherfuckers accountable and explain that TBTV is calling this shit out. That we're not sitting here and accepting this narrative that all of a sudden, the problem is that black people would have been treated different. Yeah, we knew that shit during the summertime, that black people get treated different. I need to know what Joe Biden and the Democrats are going to do about the shit. That's point number 2. Thirdly, shit's going crazy right now, and I hear a lot of people talking about getting their concealed carry and getting armed and being safe. I'm going to tell you right now, don't get your concealed carry. The reason why I'm saying don't get your concealed carry is because you just need to get yourself a weapon, because when they pull you over and they pull your tags, they see that you have a concealed carry. They see that and they know it, and now you have instantly become a threat. Get yourself armed, get yourself protected, but don't get your concealed carry, because then you go on paper and they know that you have it and you become a threat, and they'll pop you just like they did my wife's nephew. And then lastly, share TBTV. Everybody that's listening to this broadcast right now, the algorithm is in. They are blocking, and they are trying to do everything they can to not have TBTV, 10 Black TV, 10 Black at night. They're doing everything they can to make sure that we only stay at 150,000. Your family's going to get irritated with you, yes, just like my family did. I just had a big fallout with my family on the group chat. They wanted to leave the group chat over me calling them out over their blue check Democrat status. They wanted to leave the group chat. And during COVID, leaving the family group chat is the same thing as wanting to get out of the family. So get on sharing TBTV. If it annoys people, who cares? You share it, you share it, you share it. Because that's what we have to do to break the algorithm. It is on us. So, Wolfpack, people that respect what Tim is saying and want other people to hear it, you share it, and you share it unapologetically. Be a jerk about it. Share clips. Don't stop, because nobody's going to hear the things that we need to get on the platform. So, those are the 4 topics I wanted to touch on tonight. And Tim, I know you got a lot going on. I'm not rushing you at all, brother, but I will keep on bothering you until me and you actually have a dialogue.
Wow, brother, that's what's up. Give it up for Martin, guys. Thank you, Martin, for that call, man. very powerful, and so damn supportive, man. I'm almost not even used to that level of support. Thank you so much, Martin, for that. And you're right to stay on me, brother, because, man, I got so much going on, man. It's crazy. But Martin brought up a point that I want everyone to digest. I don't want us to go under the radar, man. Martin said, fuck acknowledging white supremacy. We know that. Oh, man, he recognizes my pain. Oh, man, he knows what I've been going through. They know they're talking about us, y'all. The Democrats they have been talking about our pain forever. As Martin expressed very succinctly, what are they going to do about it? What tangible things are they going to do to remedy it? People were saying that, hey, it's a pandemic out here. Now is the perfect time to have these conversations about our medical care, about health insurance, about coverage. Now is the perfect time. Yeah, right. Now you know how I felt. I thought George Floyd was the perfect time to talk about police brutality, qualitative immunity, quantifiable immunity, what is it? Qualified immunity. When cops can kill you and they can say, well, what he did qualifies for immunity because he's a cop and he had to make a decision and we can't put ourselves in his shoes. We got a lot more in common than people think. What will they do about it? Don't just tell me that the car is sitting on my foot and that has to hurt. Help remove the car from my foot. Don't tell me you understand that the state has their boot on my neck. Take the boot off my neck. Don't tell me you see that they got me in chains. Help me break these chains, Johnson. Help me break the chains. Don't tell me you understand. Don't tell me you understand that a woman's being abused. Help her have a place to go. Don't tell me you feel for these kids that don't have enough to eat. Feed the kids. So, look, anyway, Martin, we could go on and on with analogies for what you just articulated. People need to accept it and deal with it. And he's right, having these conversations are a large portion, goes a long way into getting things done. People say, what's the talk show going to do? What's the radio show do? It galvanizes people, man. And that's what we need because we have to have the momentum that pushes our politicians in the right way. It's not just tell them what to do. It's the grassroots momentum to push them in the right direction. People understand that individual pressure, group pressure from large amounts of people. We've got to build a coalition of people to have enough people to push politicians, to push agendas. It's not just about who talks the meanest or the most stern. It's about galvanizing enough people. That's what made King so successful. The galvanizing of people. Or what made him so dangerous that they had to put him down. It's the galvanizing of people. Movement building is people. That's your strength. All right, I'm going to go next call, man. I appreciate you guys. 267. 267, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Yo, this is Dave calling from Louisville. What's up, Tim?
What's up, my brother?
What's up, Johnson?
What's up, Johnson? What's on your mind, G?
Man. Hey, man, you already know. So, when we're done with all the sensationalism and all this is done, and Biden's in office in 2 months, and all this shit with Trump is done, and we go overthrow tyranny, we get all pat Mitch McConnell on the back and dub him a hero, even though he's the worst dude ever. Let's talk about what's going on in Louisville. So you remember Breonna Taylor got a crib busted in, got blasted and killed. And, you know, her mom got $25 million. Word. Tamika Mallory and all those activists came through. They got their paper. They rolled out. And guess who they hired to replace Conrad, the old police chief? Erica Shields. You may know Erica Shields from Atlanta. Remember Rayshawn Brooks got blasted in the parking lot of Wendy's for being a DUI, got shot in the back by the police, and she got fired? Well, guess where she relocated to? Louisville, Kentucky. So we're going to talk about with all deliberate speed and things of that nature, and, you know, like, oh, my God, you know, thank God we stopped tyranny and we stopped Trump, which is cool. You know, go ahead and impeach him and make sure he can't run again in 2024. You know, don't take that for granted. But back to business as usual, baby. And we're not talking about feelings here, right? What we're talking about here on the Wolf Pack, we're talking about policy, right? Policy. Well, guess what? It's the same old, just straining from the anal, baby. Time's up. It's the same old thing, man. And you're going to keep seeing it. Erica Shields is here in Louisville. She's replacing Conrad, and she's no different than anybody else. And when everything is done and over with and everything settles back down, which it will, you'll all go back to brunch. Won't we? Yeah, what kind of omelet you like, Tim? What you like on your omelet, Tim? You like bacon in that joint? You like some I like tomatoes and fried onions in mine. But let's be serious. You know, we're talking about white supremacy. That's the status quo. It's going to go back to that. The Carhartt mob is going to settle down. They're going to go back to hunting turkeys. Everything's going to be back to what it is. And are we going to get the vote? Are we going to get the vote for Medicare for all? Probably not. Nah. Are we going to get our student loan debts knocked down? Nah. Joe Biden's going to give us 10 G's. They're going to go back to you know, giving corporate America what they want. And so, you know, everybody's riled up right now. It's a good show. I ain't going to front. It's a good show. Everybody's mad, you know, emotions get them clicks, emotions get people riled up. But when we get back to logic, let's get back to policy. And I don't see anything changing with Joe Biden in office right now. I'm glad that we got rid of Trump, but what's really going to happen? We're going to get a bunch of Erica Shields. They're just going to slide on through the same way the Catholic Church does, just relocate. And there will be no revolution. You will be bought and assimilated. That's what's going to happen. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
I'm going to let you go, Tim. You know, normally I go on a riff forever and you let me get what I got to do, but you had me on hold for a minute. I got court in the morning. And by the way, I want to talk one second about the felony murder charges. You're out of your mind if you think the feds are going to bother charging people with felony murder. No, what they're going to do is they're going to charge these people with sedition, and they're going to say that you are facing 20 years, and they're going to get them to proffer. So if there was really any kind of collusion or conspiracy involving higher representatives in government, these low-level people are going to proffer and give them up, and we'll see what happens. And people might go to jail, and everybody's like, well, let's lock them up like they lock us up, and let's shoot them like they shoot me. I saw Shorty try to jump through the window, get popped in the neck, gargling blood, and die. Does that make you feel better? Does that erase your student debts? Does that give you Medicare? Does that free the people that are still locked down after all these years for selling weed? That Kamala Harris put in jail or Joe Biden put in jail under the fucking crime bill? Nope. So like, I hope you feel good, but you know, get your feelings out the way and pull your boots up. Get ready for the real fight, because you're gonna go back to brunch or you're gonna get ready to fight some more. All right, Tim. Love you, bro. Peace.
All right, Dave. Good enough for Dave, man. Now, I do take exception with some of the shit that Dave said, though. Because this show is not about going back to brunch. I know you just found me, Dave. I've been talking like this for 8 years. I'm trying to build a community organization that's grassroots-oriented that keeps these conversations going. And what will stem the tide is if we get bigger and bigger and we're able to change opinion. We're able to influence opinion. If we got Dave and we have Uli and Nate and Javar and Martin and Joe and Smart Sister, we have all these people in their own communities doing their own voice, getting their voices heard. and we have more momentum behind us, we can change the popular opinion. Because our opinion resonates, man. We're just regular people with real opinions, what most people never get to witness. So, I don't do brunch, yo. I don't do no brunch, and that's not what we're trying to do here. I understand your point of view. I hope it's not directed to the show. I don't think it is. You wouldn't be calling the show if you thought it was. But just to make sure people understand, this is about what we try to do is we give people a voice to talk. Your voice will be shared on multiple platforms so other people get to hear it. And the goal, my ultimate goal was for others to join us. And we grow and we're able to make people aware. And then we can use that awareness that we have in order to impact policy. Some of these racist guys don't require all that many votes. I had Isaiah James running in the 9th district. I think it's the 9th or 10th district in New York and Brooklyn. Yvette Clarke, she won with 15,000 votes? We could turn out 15,000 people and put people like Isaiah James in office. It's not that many people to turn out. So anyway, I'm going to go to the next call, man, but I thank you, Dave, for the phone call. Something to remember. 971. Okay, I lost my 971. 914. 914, you're live. What's your name? What's your call? Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Tim. This is Ray. This is Ray from Yonkers, Tim. First time, long time.
What's up, Ray? How you doing, man?
Doing well, Tim. Doing well. I just wanted to say, you're talking about the performative aspect of politics, and I work as a political organizer, and what I can say is that it's always been there because it's an easy and cheap way to appeal to people. And, it's the easiest thing that anyone can go with is these moral issues that they want to pretend to have, and then they want to encourage their constituents to go vote for. So we all know what Democratic issues are for the most part: LGBTQ rights, making sure that civil rights are, at their best, almost implemented for Black and brown people. And then Republicans, it's God, guns, gay, and anti-gay, and then also being anti-choice. What I'm curious of is, what do you think happens with the Republicans, or rather with their base, and looking at what happened at the Capitol as being representative of a large percentage of the Republican base? Where does the GOP go now? Because they're not going to do anything, much like, unfortunately, the Democratic Party will not do, for people's, economic benefits or their health, which health has been the number one concern of people going back to the 1930s when the University of Chicago did a massive study on a variety of towns, and health was the number one thing that people cared about. That has always been ignored, that will unfortunately continue to be ignored. But with the GOP, how do they try to appeal to people now, considering that the guy with the antlers on his head, or the guy carrying the podium, or all the insanity that we saw? What do you think their strategy is? And I just want to thank everyone for the call tonight. You're all great. And thank you, Tim.
Hey, thank you, Ray. My brother Ray, man. I think that, give it up for Ray, guys. I like that. I like Ray's comment. I like his question, guys. And I don't do too many questions on the show, on a call-in show. But let me say this, man. You bring a very good point, because I'm wondering myself what they're going to do. I'm looking at it like this, brother. They better be careful what they do, because they're going to come across kind of elitist. 60
seconds.
I hate this countdown. I really need to change this. They're going to come across very elitist, because are they going to speak to the issues concerning those types of people that came to the Trump rally? Now, for the most part, don't get me wrong, those people are not really asking for anything. Because if they were asking for really anything, other than a feeling that their problems are not their own fault, that their problems are someone else's fault, that somehow their president, their government is not their, it's not their fault, it's somehow the fault of the immigrant, or it's the fault of Black Lives Matter, or it's the fault of some other China or some other entity. It's not the corrupt system in which they live in. I think pretty soon that's going to come to light. But right now, they've been very much pacified with the idea that all of their problems arrive and reside with some other group of people. Never have they considered that group of people could be the 1%. And if these Republicans, the GOP is not careful, these people will find that out. And that's why they have to marginalize Donald Trump, because Donald Trump will expose that. He will go scorched earth. He will continue his scorched earth tactics, which exposes that. Because Donald Trump looks at it like, if I can't win, neither can you. He ain't there to play team politics. He's there to play Trump politics. Whatever works for Trump is what's important. So, to answer your question, which way they're going to go, I don't know. This opens the door for populist politics. This opens the door for a charismatic politician that focuses on issues that impact people's bottom lines. We do have that opportunity. Biden ain't that guy. Kamala is not that woman. Hush your mouth. Let me say it again. Kamala is not that woman. So I already know it's not going to come from the Democrats. At least not based on the status quo politicians that they have in the forefront. I'm thinking Nina Turner. And I know she's a friend. I love Nina Turner. She's a great person. It's fantastic to have her running in the Ohio race. But I truly believe that type of politics, the politics of Nina Turner, is the type of politics that can win over. It's the same politics, just so happen, of Bernie Sanders, the type of politics that can win over those people. So, Ray, excellent question. No wonder why this guy's a political organizer. He helped me organize my thoughts. Thank you, Ray. I'm going to go next call. 717, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hi, I'm Tony from Lancaster, PA. I wanted to talk about how a lot of our friends on the left are outraged that Twitter banned Donald Trump's account. I just really feel like, they've been doing that to people from our side for a long, long time. And so it seems like it's turnabout fair play. And, Donald Trump's gone way farther than a lot of anybody else would have gotten banned a long time ago. And he's gotten the benefit of the doubt because of being the president. And, like people are talking about, well, free speech and all that. But it's like the Constitution guarantees you a voice. It doesn't guarantee that anybody's got to listen to you. And it doesn't guarantee that Facebook or Twitter or anybody else has to host your voice. Tim Black didn't need to take my phone call tonight. But, if for whatever reason I'm acting a fool, then you can just block me and be on with it.
That's crazy. Hey, well, look, Tony, I appreciate the phone call, man. I will not block you, brother. I mean, unless I'm really, really, really like going through it, man. I've been overwhelmed. I've been bombarded. For my own personal peace of mind, I had to do a little bit of blocking, but I unblocked 95% of those people whom I blocked on Twitter. And anybody who contacted me directly, like, Tim, why did you block me? I unblocked those people. But that wasn't worth a video. No one complained. No one says, hey, guys, he unblocked me, man. It's all good. It just went on with life and made their money off of it. So, but Tony, I appreciate you, man. And it's refreshing to hear that take, because I do not agree. I do not feel sorry for Donald Trump. Why would I feel sorry for Donald Trump? I mean, really, guys, there are people feeling sorry for Donald Trump getting blocked on Twitter. I mean, I don't want to go. I don't want to unload. I need to start doing some shows just for my Patreons, just for my Facebook, Tim Black Wolfpack, so I can really let loose. Like a PG, no, an R-rated show. You know what I'm saying? Because there's things I want to say. You know, that definitely will have some colorful language. A billionaire who was a president with no political experience, who can't use the social media platform. Oh, no! Now they're going to do this to us. Suddenly now things are going to get bad for us, Johnson. Now things are really going to get bad, Johnson. But Tim, you have to, I understand. Look what they did to Edward Snowden. Look what they're doing to Julian Assange. Look what they did to Liberty. What's her name? Liberty Truth? Look what they did to Manning. Chelsea Manning. Look what they did to my brother Sterling. What's his name? Sterling? John? What's his Sterling? The black brother. Had him in jail for how many years because he gave us a reporter a story? What about all the other people's names I don't know that I'm not listing right now? It was one big profile like Trump. I mean, ever since the Patriot Act, man, they don't owe us shit. They can just come get me now, and that be the end of it. They don't even have to prosecute. Just say he's an enemy of the state, or we're looking at him for this, and that's it. It's a wrap. You do know this, right? We don't have those rights anymore. You've been operating under a false pretense that you have rights. Now, if they put a label on you, you no longer have them. That easy, Johnson. And they don't have to go to a court to get it approved. You just do it. And you no longer are an American citizen with the rights of an American citizen, speedy trial, and all of that good stuff. I'm going to go to the next call, Tony. I appreciate you. I really do. You know, damn it. I lose track of, okay, 619. There we go. 619, you're live. What's your comment? What's your name? No, I can't hear you, my brother. There we go. 619, you're live. No, we can't hear. There, that sounds better. Yeah, there you go.
Can you hear me?
Now I hear you, yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Who's this?
All this
Who's this?
stuff with...
Who is this?
Oh, this is Steve from San Diego.
All right, Steve. What's on your mind, Steve?
Well, I haven't looked at your show in a few weeks. I saw something that was about as disgusting as anything I've ever seen in my life on the news. There's this lady in Chicago, and the cops busted down her door, and there was like, and I saw that you did cover it. I just was trying to get it out of my head, and this woman is a really great person. She's a social worker, and there was all these cops, and she didn't have any clothes on, and they handcuffed her behind her back, and it was so horrible. And I didn't watch your video. I just saw it there, and I just you said give her money, and yeah, she should clear at least $1 million after she pays her lawyer and all that. But I just feel like that's not enough. I mean, it's the only compensation that we have. But what I really need to see is to have those cops have that happen to their mothers. And finally, one of them did come over and put a coat around her, but it was open in the front. And there was a woman cop there, and then she draped something across the front of her finally. But I thought, what the hell is that woman made of? You know, that she would stand there with all these men around and allow it up to that point. And the cops are, of course, the scumbags. And then this mayor of Chicago sort of keeps her story kept morphing. And, you know, I just thought it was really horrible. There's always, you know, plenty of cops for stuff like that. And then you see, I mean, how many failures were there? And I don't think they necessarily were failures. When the whole thing just barely began, I thought there's two stories here. These cult members are breaking in, sure, but where are the cops? And how come there's so few of them? And then it turns out maybe, you know, some of them are, you know, traitors in there too. But they had this big shot in the military. Jake Tapper on CNN interviewed him. And I mean, nothing passed the sniff test. And then where's the Homeland Security? And, you know, I mean, how many law enforcement agencies failed? I'm not a conspiracy theory guy, but I do have a load of common sense. And I'm just smart enough to realize how smart you are, and that's smarter than me. And there's something more going on here. I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place, but you know, all the chickens are coming home to roost for these Republicans that have been covering for him. And I never thought I would agree with anything. Oh God, I'm so nervous. I'm forgetting his name. The head of the Republicans there, Mitch McConnell, and. Anyway, he finally broke loose from Trump, but now these guys are between a rock and a hard place. The big companies are saying we're not going to give you money, and now if they disavow Trump, then there's going to be a target on their back by the cult members. So they made their bed; they can lie in it now, but. I don't know. I guess I'm just blabbering and had to get something off my chest, and so there it is.
It's all good, Steve.
So,
hey, thank you, Steve.
Thanks a lot. And
you got it, brother. Thank you, Steve, for calling up, man. Thank you, Steve, for that, man. And I want to say this, that, brother, that hit me hard, man. That covered that story in Chicago where the social worker was humiliated. And that's the thing, guys. That's the thing. Wolfpack, if we treated each other like we want our mothers and our daughters and our sons and our husbands to be treated, we'd be okay. But it's not just that, guys. If the institutions, because we could talk all day about what individual person does. That's why I try to get people to look past what one individual, look beyond the racist woman outside the Walmart shouting obscenity, shouting nigger, shouting gay, whatever. Look past her. That person needs therapy. They've been dropped too many times, not enough hugs, lead in the water. Who knows what it is, okay? Post-traumatic or domestic abuse, who knows what it is? Could be a litany of things. What I want us to do is to cross that Rubicon and get to where we're focused on the institutions. And when we talk about police, we're talking about an institution. We're talking about people who went through a process, who worked within a system, where people come in one way and come out malformed on the other side. Where the culture of norms, predisposition, a way of operating, where there are no checks and balances, where this type of culture is fostered. That's where we need to really focus our attention and our ire. Yes, I'm upset with those officers. And yes, I can ask those questions. By God, man, humanity. Where's the respect? Where's the self-respect? Where's the empathy for this woman? For a human being. A room full of male cops. And this woman, naked, humiliated to that degree. So it's a horrible thing, guys. And you're right. I do, Steve. I do think more should be done. But to you, and actually, it really, when you were talking about it, I wanted to pick up something and just throw it and hurl it. But once again, we got to look bigger than that. We got to look at these institutions, bro. That same, a group of police officers operating under that type of mandate who are that callous, who knows what they've done? And worse off, who knows what's been done in their presence that they look the other way on? And who knows what they didn't do that they should have done? Then multiply that by 1,000. And that's our problem. That's the issue. Talking about people at the end of the day and systems. You're damn right. I think the Republicans are playing the game. They're going to do what's best in their best interest. And that's all that Mitch McConnell's doing. He's a great, look, say what you want to say, and I always say what I would want to say about Mitch McConnell. He's a politician. And when people talk about politics and how it's played and how dirty it is, I remember something, I'm going to the next call after this. I remember something that Bernie Sanders said about Joe Biden just before he threw on the hat. He said, Biden's a hell of a politician. Now, in my conversation with Isaiah James, he said there's a difference between a public servant and a politician. I'm going to go to the next call. Thank you for holding on, guys. 619, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment? 619. We're doing well, 619. Don't ruin our curve. Who's this? Going once. 619. I can't hear you. All right, we'll try to come back. 347, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment? 347. Oh, my bad, 347. That's Joe. No, that's, yeah, it is Joe. Well, okay, Joe. 310. 310. You're live. What's your name? What's your comment?
How you doing, Tim?
Hey, how you doing? What's up?
Hey, Tim.
Hey.
How's everything?
Man, I'm okay, man. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good, man.
Doing well.
Who's this?
Hey, this is Edie out of L.A.
There he is.
Who?
My brother. What's on your mind, Edie?
You did a podcast the other day about the people in the airport and the son of a gun crying and saying, "You treated me like a black person." You remember that podcast you did?
Absolutely.
So, as you were saying, the chickens are coming home to roost, I hope. The other thing that I would like to say is that every one of these politicians that was in and was explicit in obeying Trump, they all need to be booted out of office. They need to have their health care taken away from them, their pensions. They need to be treated like we would be treated if the shoe was on the other foot. They should not have no mercy. We should not have any sympathy for their ass. Because I guarantee you, if that had been black people, I'm going to that again. If it had been black or brown people, we would have been slaughtered. We would have been slaughtered. He was explicit in what he was saying in his speech.
He got these people excited. He's been doing that ever since he's got in office. And he is like the Pied Piper. They are following him to their grave. So if he's going to die, the rest of them need to die. You know, this is ridiculous. Everything that's going on has diverted from what's really going on. We're still in a pandemic. We need health care. We need jobs and we need money. We're the only country that's not taking care of its citizens. When you look across the globe, everyone else, when they tell them to stay home, they steady getting paid. The United States is supposed to be one of the richest, is the richest country on the planet, but they can't take care of their citizens. It's not right. People get on me saying this all the time. Well, that ain't how it's run. Well, it needs to be run like that. My vote matters. And if my vote doesn't matter, then why vote? If we're going to say that it's all about the money, which I don't believe, this system has to be overturned. Citizens United, when they let them break loose, giving money the way that they want to give to these different politicians and different causes and not helping people, it's not right. So, Tim, please continue with your show, man. You have to keep speaking truth to power because ain't nobody else talking about this stuff. And that lady in Chicago being embarrassed the way she was embarrassed and all those cops were there being complicit and looking at her like she did something wrong. You broke in her damn house. She needs to get paid from now on. I don't know how much she got paid, but whatever it wasn't enough. And you're right. How would you feel if that was your mother, if that was your grandmother or sister? People kill me. They don't look at the big damn picture because they only think about their own ass. But when times gets hard and the shit really hits them, just like I'm sorry, Tim, I'm ranting. But we got a problem out here in California with these damn masks, man. And I'm telling you, they're going around to different malls wearing no mask. The people in the mall got masks on, and you gonna blow on me? I tell you what, you blow on me, you got change coming back on your ass. So anyway, Tim, I'm gonna get off of here because I know you got something to say. There's probably some other people that want to say something, but I just think it's important that you continue to do what you do, man. Do not let these people steal your cornbread. I'm done, Johnson.
That's it, Johnson. Thank you for the phone call, my brother, always. And I'm so glad, guys, that we got phone calls that actually are audible, that you can hear well. Thank you for everybody. Let me just one more time thank the Wolfpack for helping us upgrade some systems and be able to have a show that's clean, that sounds good. I understand people are saying their phones are not loud. Some of the callers are a little low, but at least we can hear them. And I'm just happy that I can get all my people to call up and they feel like it's a quality show where everyone can be heard. And make no mistake about it, there's some other shows out there that don't have this quality. So we're doing something. We're doing something. We're trying to. We ain't the best, but we ain't the worst. We're trying to improve. We got a ways to go. Maybe I'll inspire other people to put their money back into this show and make this show better. Don't just live better. Do better. Make this show better. Serve the people better. Give back better. Do more. That way. All right. We print our own money. America prints its own money. My friends at the MMT, you know what, guys? This is what I want. My MMT people, send me a statement, a 15, 20-second statement of something I can remark to on a routine basis that I can read off that puts it in a nutshell. Because I think people need to keep hearing that we print our own money. We can afford whatever we want. We print our own money. (757) You're live.
Oh.
Hey, how you doing?
Is this me?
That's you, my friend. Who's this?
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, TB, this is the one and only Super Dan, man. Driving, where am I? Out in West Virginia right this minute. Just got back to the East Coast from out west. And, man, if you can give me an extra minute, man, I got so much to vent. I had my whole conversation with you planned out last night. Forgot half of it. And all these callers, man, you got the best callers. I ain't going to lie to you. And they brought me right back to some of the things I had forgot. But I wanted to touch on a little bit of the things I've seen recently, where we've been, where we're at, and where we can go. And, I mean, I think you got a hell of a team. I think we got a hell of a team. I want to end with Nina Turner, and please remind me if I forget about it. But I'm a truck driver, and you got a couple of progressive truck drivers out here. I know you got a couple of them that have called in. God bless them, and stay safe out there. And please keep on calling, because y'all make me feel like I ain't the only one out here that ain't daggone redneck and with half these insane people. But I've been out in LA a lot. Spent a lot of time out there since October. I ain't been home since October when I voted, and I didn't vote for Biden, and I don't feel bad about it, not in the least bit. I'm glad Trump is gone. He ain't gone yet. I think he ain't gonna go without a fight. I'm scared to death that they're gonna try to put us on lockdown. Somehow, if he can't start a war, they're gonna try to daggone well. Man, I'm terrified of all the stupid stuff these people are doing. But out in LA, I saw so many things that were hurting me, like watching the news and all that. And I try to avoid being out in public anymore. I didn't like being out in public 5 years ago. You know, even before 9/11, I didn't like being out in public, man, because I'm a pretty quiet, laid-back person. I like to be around people I like, and I know. Matter of fact, I dropped you a couple DMs recently. I almost feel bad about doing that, but you're a hell of a guy, and you've been hitting home runs for I've been listening to you for damn near a year now, and you just started hitting grand slams just when I was like, damn, this guy eventually is going. You know, the people are going to throw a damn fastball on him or a curve or something, or somebody's going to say something wrong. I mean, you know, you didn't have to do it, because being of Jewish ancestry, you didn't have to give that apology, man, because that's not you. You can't control your colors. You're so real that you could have a straight up, you never know who you're going to get. And the fact that you came out and apologized for some idiot trying to ruin your show, because either they're jealous or they're just ignorant or whatever their reason is. But, yeah, man, I saw out in L.A., man, they got waiting lists, and I don't know how the rest of the country is. I haven't been back around to the East in a while, in the Midwest and all that. But out there, they got like an hour-long waiting list to get into your Marshalls or your Walmarts or your supermarkets, man. And it terrifies me when all their stores are closed. So public service announcement, wear that mask. Hell with it. Wear it too. Pretend like you're, I don't know, man. Like, wear it too. You know, worst comes to worst, you survive. There ain't nothing wrong with it. If you look silly, you look silly. I can't wait to get back to the East Coast. I got another 20-pack of masks waiting on me. And yeah, anyways, so past, present, and future. In the past, I try to stay away from the negativity, man, because it can bring us down so much. And me personally, I don't know if the right word is empathic, but like I feel energy around me. And like looking back on my whole lifetime, I'll be 46 next month, and I've been begging to have a kid for the last 20 years. All my friends, I've been an uncle to so many nieces and nephews that are so beautiful, and I teach them stupid rules like, man, don't ever lie to your mom and dad, and don't ever hit your sister or your brother or whatever, and just be good to your family, if nothing else, you know, and try to set an example. And I'm so blessed right now. Me and my lady got one on the way, and I'm horrified, man, because this country is ripping itself apart. But I feel like looking at one of our best presidents we've had in my lifetime, I feel, is Jimmy Carter. I don't feel like we've had a decent one since it then. We've had a couple that had good intentions that got twisted up or messed up, Republican, Democrat, whatever. But this man was coming up on 90, I think. And I think it was early this year. I know it was last year. Habitat for Humanity, building houses for homeless people and doing stuff like that. He ain't out there trying to make money. He's trying to make a change and a difference. So looking at that past and all the things that all these people have done and bringing it to the present, '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– – '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– '– we've got 100 different directions we can go, and I feel like 97 of them are wrong. But the one we could do is if everybody would just, I mean, I don't give a damn. I'll tell you, my whole life, man, I committed a couple crimes when I was a kid, and I got convicted of a couple I wasn't guilty of. And when I went upstate, I became a minority. And I'm going to tell you what, at first, I was scared, and I grew up a little bit in the hood here, there, and everywhere. At first, I was probably a little bit scared, if I'm going to be honest about it. And I was hanging out with my Muslim brothers and my, non-denominational Christians and this and that. And they saw that I was real and not full of it. And they'll respect you for that. Like, I think it was your first or your second caller, and you commented back, there ain't nothing wrong with you wanting everything, but can I have it too? I think where you're, pretty close to your exact words. And it couldn't be, you can't ever go wrong like that. I've been having conversations with my friends lately and telling them, and some of them I agree with politically and some of them I don't. But I've had a lot of Republican friends coming back to me lately telling me, and I'm going to apologize ahead of time if I lose you in the mountains. I'm out here in West Virginia, and it's a sticks out here. But I feel like I'm not trying to convert nobody to nothing. I'm just trying to give people a little bit more morality and show them, I don't care if you're black, white, Puerto Rican, Christian, Haitian, daggone, Jewish, Muslim, whoever, man. We still got red blood on the inside, every last one of us. And we could all make a difference if it ain't nothing more than going, especially right now when these daggone Trumpy Dumpty fans are all running stupid and crazy. Let them run around with the chickens with their heads cut off. That was when we need to organize among us, when they've been doing their little chat groups and running scared and hiding scared, talking that dumb stuff. Now is when we need to reach out to the homeless man or woman, or somebody that's grew up in a foster home that's maybe growing up in one right now that don't even have. They'd love to play basketball with somebody, but they don't got somebody to pass to them, and get more people on our team. And, like they say, you can get more flies with honey than you can with shit or something like that. I don't know. But I feel like if we could collaborate together and find more things that would bring us together, and if Congress would do that, hell, it'd be a beautiful country. But, I was talking to a friend last night. He was hammered. And I told him, he's like, oh, you love some Bernie. You love some Bernie. Socialism, socialism, socialism. I was like, man, throw that demon word out the middle. Just throw it out. Call me a snake or call me a tiger. Take the word socialism out of it. That's just a boogeyman word. What is every human, at the very least in this country, if not the world, but we can only deal with this country and most of us just in the community, what does everybody deserve? Food, water, shelter, clothing, safety, education, a little bit of respect, somebody to talk to, man. Those should be a given in this country. If we're really the richest country, we don't got to spend $1 trillion on war. I mean, I told him, and he laughed at it, and it's exaggeration, but just imagine, instead of flying over top of Iraq and dropping bombs, instead of dropping over top of Iran, what if we drop seeds, man, and just straight up, I don't know, help them build a freaking garden? If it don't work, they'll just be pissed off at us like, damn, you just teasing us. But what if it works? But that's an exaggeration. But that's our present, and that's where we could go with our future.
Right now,
as far as in the Senate, man, I'm gonna wrap it up real quick and bring it back up into Bernie and Nina. Bernie, obviously, I'd love to see him be the Senate leader, but it ain't gonna happen. But as far as Nina goes, if all your callers could just go out there, if you can't help your community, if you don't want to go out of the house. If you could phone bank for the lady out there in Cincinnati, or I'm sorry, not Cincinnati, out there in Cleveland, man, if you don't do but half an hour a day, you could reach 5 or 10 people, and we can get her up in there, and she can be our next Speaker of the House. And just imagine what we can do with her running the House and Bernie running the Senate. If we can't have him in the presidency, it sucks. We ain't these damn Trump people that are going to run from it. We'll fight it, but we're going to fight it the right way. And I probably burned up my time. I apologize. I appreciate the call, man. God bless you, Tim. I've reached out to you a couple times. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Don't never let these people stop you, man, because you're the best thing out there. And damn it, it's only going to get better for you. And as it gets better for you, it's going to get better for us, too. But I greatly appreciate you, and thank you for letting me rant, my man.
You got it, brother. Thank you for calling up, man. And you can tell when somebody's sincere, brother. You can tell sincerity and passion. And I think we got that in spades, brother. And I appreciate your call. I really do, man. And When people say, Tim, man, you know, great show, and this is a powerful show, that's only because I'm callers, man. You know, yeah, I do my thing, I run my mouth, but we have a great mix. I'm gonna tell you guys, like, we have a fantastic mix of people from all over the country, from all walks of life, and I'm proud of that. And then it's not an accident. People feel comfortable calling this show and speaking their truth to power, saying what's on their mind, sharing their thoughts. That took years to do. There's no, make a community course to take that I know of. So I want to give it up to everybody who called into the show tonight. Well, thank you all who called in, who did your part. Thank you so much, guys. This don't happen without you. It just doesn't happen without you, period. So I like to go now and read comments, if that's cool, guys. What's up? What's up, man? What time is it? 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. in the morning. I saw Sabrina Jacobs became a member tonight. Sabrina, you get better, sister. Come on now. Sabrina, I need some Sabrina magic. I already got some K Lovejoy magic. We need some Sabrina Jacobs magic. Okay, guys, let me go to the comments section now. I'm sure there's people who have left comments, and I want to acknowledge those comments. Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, Tony DeMaio. Thanks for contributing to the show, Tony. Roger Meadows, move over, David Koch. Here comes Adelson. You finally got some company in the barbecue pit. Patrick Lawson, he'll support you, Tim. Tell these people the real 100 like you do, Tim. I'm doing my best, man. I love it, man. I'm a free brother. I'm free. It's a beautiful thing. We're carrying signs now. Thank you. Sean Tahoe, what's up? No, that's Ben Tahoe. Ben Tahoe, the OG. What up? What up? Roger Meadows. Goodness gracious. I got to read all that, Roger. I'd much rather them use Section 3 of 14 to get rid of Trump, which would require a simple majority, than long drawn out Senate trial needed 67 senators taking up time needed to pass legislation that will improve our lives. Okay, that's worth it. I stand corrected. That's a good one. Roger Meadows, can't wait to see Trump pay for their legal fees. That ain't going to happen, but I feel what you're saying. He should, right? Raymond Russell, $5 for an actual independent media. Great show so far. Well, thank you, Raymond. We do our best, my brother. Gwen Roberts, thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Melissa Verduin. Melissa says, thank you, Tim, for speaking truth to power. You guys got me pumped up, man. It's a great call. It's inspiring me, man. We work off each other. We feed off each other. The comments section, the phone calls, we all bounce off each other. So what's up? Stunning lad. Trump's gone. Pence gone. Republicans gone. Who says there isn't any good news anymore? That leaves us with what? The Democrats? Look. We got to have an opposition. Well, actually, this time, the way things are now, it's like we got one party anyway. So we need some additional parties. What up, Green Party? New documentary called MLK FBI. This Friday. Check it out, says Roger. Gwen Roberts. Lindsay. Count me out. Also, Lindsay. Air Force One. Count me back in, please. Thrasher all ends. Neocons will embrace neoliberals. The left got to intercept. Ty says, my call dropped and now I won't connect. Is there anywhere to call back? Anywhere to call back? Nah, son, I'm sorry, Ty. I'm sorry, Ty. Can't call back, man. Like there's a cutoff. Sabrina's in the house. Welcome to the Wolfpack, Sabrina. That's it. David Melford. George Collins says, you have no rights. Rights aren't rights. If someone can take them away, you have privileges. Ty says, Arnold says, take my sword of democracy and hit it with a hammer. What y'all talking about political theater? William McGregor says, you and Mrs. Black are welcome in Hawaii as soon as we put a check on all those rights proclaiming non-mask wearing MFers we got for Christmas this holiday. Well, you know, I'm going to get there at some point. Otis B says, I got here late, Brother Tim. Going back to the beginning now. It's all good, Otis. Glad to have you as always, my friend. As always. So tonight's been a hell of a show, guys. It's remarkable that we got this amount of energy on a Tuesday. On a Tuesday. And I'm going to tell you guys, and look, it's crazy, but my schedule is so jacked up. I'll probably be up to 8 o'clock this morning. Because after my shows, man, I'm pumped up. I can't just go to sleep. So I get started on editing, or I get started on doing some research, or it's like I'm wired, man. I want you guys to know I'm in this all the way, 100% committed to what I'm doing, committed to the cause, and it's my life's work. So I just want you to know that, you know. So, hey, look, tell a friend. You disagree with Tim Black or you agree with him, it doesn't matter, because you get to talk here. How can people be like, how can you be upset and hold a grudge when you could call up and speak your point? It's not just about what I say. You get to speak. You get to say it. So even if we got a different point of view, that's the beauty of the call-in show, is that people, and also I think other people get to hear other people from around the country and know they're not alone. Because depending on where you reside, who's in your environment, you can feel lonely. You can feel like you're the only one who looks at things this way. So I'm happy what we've been able to do, guys. I'm not going to talk you to death. I got nothing but love for you. Find me at Real Tim Black on Facebook and Twitter, Tim Black at Night on Instagram. What else? We got to keep it up. Let's vow to keep it up. Let's make a pact to keep it up. Because we got something going, guys. And I'm going to do my best not to get in my way, not to get in your way. We live and we learn. We keep going. All right? Now, look, guys, the sponsor for tonight's show was CoolStreamsTV.com. CoolStreamsTV.com with a K. If you want to watch news from all over the country, if there's certain shows you want to watch, but you don't want to pay a cable bill, go to CoolStreamsTV.com. Use code Tim Black. Code Tim Black. Save money. That's it. They have a 20-day look. They have a free trial where you can try it out for free. A free trial, Johnson. So cut that cable. All right, that's it. I think that's all. Let me make sure, guys. Facebook people. Natalie Capel. What's up, Natalie Capel says, thanks, good show, Tim and fellow Johnsons. All I have is a good morning and get some needed sleep. You get some sleep. I'm going to be up. Nicholas Estrada says, that's right, Tim is a pressure relief valve. I try to be, Johnson. Udi says, good night to all. And to all, a good night. Susan Gould, post a connection to volunteer to moderate, Tim. All you got to do is DM me, sister. Susan Gould. Susan. Gould, or Good. I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name. Barbara Pendergrass Thomas. Tim! Barbara! What's up? Brian, what up, man? Bruce Linnell? Bruce, what's up? That was you, Bruce? Give it up for Bruce Linnell. Bruce Linnell been watching the show for about, 4 years, Bruce. I might even be shortchanging you a couple years. What up, Bruce? How you doing, fam? Shout out to Buck Bewley and Joy Bunton. That's it. Blessings to you too, Daniel. Thank you so much. I'll tell Mrs. Black that the Wolfpack has our back. And that's all that matters, guys. I'm up, I'm out of here. I'll see you on the next one. We'll be back Thursday. Tomorrow I got videos to put up on the channel. I'll be back Thursday, and then Friday, Freedom Friday with more phone calls. If I somehow missed you, don't worry. God willing, we'll be here Friday. Peace, Johnson.
Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't be fooled by corporate media talking heads misleading the people. Get your news and information from an entity that keeps it real. Tim Black. Tim Black is the host of The Tim Black Show. Independent news that leaves you informed, inspired, and sometimes entertained, but always in the know. Go to timblacktv.com and sign up today. The Tim Black Show is news for people who can't stand the news. See you there.
When I say they, let me ask you something. Do they know us? When I say they, I mean the talking heads on cable news. Do they know you? I mean, they talk about the world as if it's a sport. They play political games, report on our pain, rack our brain to feed the stock exchange, but do they know us? Do they know what we care about? Nope. They're too far away. They can't see us. They can't feel us. They can't relate to us. See, when you want to know what's going on in your world, trust someone who lives in your world. Subscribe.